Glossary for Lesson 10.
Ancestors. Our ancestors are the spirits of those who have gone before, who are consulted for advice and direction, and whose example helps to define who we are. Usually we think of ancestors as members of our family, but any person or group to whom we are connected can serve as ancestors. Ancestors are a class of spirit guides to whom we are connected throughout this life.
Aura. The term aura describes a halo of energy that appears to surround the body, which is visible to clairvoyance. The aura, part of the energy of the soul, is normally visualized as a large ball or egg of light, enveloping the body to a radius of several feet. The more developed a person's energy, the larger their aura is likely to appear. There are several techniques for reading the colors of the aura, from which a skilled reader can decipher issues of health, mood, or general personality.
Blessing. In blessing, we access divine energy, channel it through our body, and impart it to another person or thing. For example, when we bless the chalice in ritual, we impart the divine energy into the wine, through which the energy then enters all who partake of the wine. The divine energy will either interact with the recipient in a predetermined manner, as an initiation, or act on its own to give the recipient whatever they most need, as in a general blessing.
Blockages. Blockages are obstructions in the body's energy system. When energy becomes trapped in a chakra, usually in reaction to a mental or emotional trauma, it forms a blockage. Sometimes energy will block up the meridians as well. The blockage prevents energy from moving naturally through the energy circuit, and when that happens, a variety of problems can result. The longer the energy remains blocked, the more solidified it becomes. A skilled energy healer can sometimes tell the age of a blockage by the texture of the energy, as very old blockages are quite hard and rigid. If the blockage is removed, the energy can resume flowing naturally.
Chakras. Chakras are the energy centers of the body. Chakra is a Hindu term meaning wheel, which is used because the energy centers are commonly visualized as balls or wheels of light. Many different peoples have developed systems for working with the chakras, and these different systems have many variations. For instance, some identify more or fewer chakras than the 7 major chakras commonly used today, or identify their locations differently. This is because knowledge is constantly developing as we continually learn more. Also, different people's chakras tend to be developed differently depending on how they work with them. Like the physical body, the energetic body develops individually, and charts and systems only provide general guidelines.
Channeling. Channeling is a method of communication by which messages or information are imparted to a person, called a channel or medium, by energy transfer from spirit guides, ancestors, or deity. The energy enters through the person's crown chakra and passes through their brain, where it takes a form they can understand. Sometimes the message comes in words, sometimes in pictures, sometimes by just knowing. Often, the channel will have no conscious memory of the message. This is also called an oracle.
Energy circuit. The term energy circuit refers to a course that energy follows as it travels through the body. Energy flows along one of these circuits, moving through the meridians and between the chakras. It is through the energy circuits that the chakras receive their energy. There are 3 main circuits that are commonly used. These are termed as the solar, the lunar, and the stellar circuits. These are not the only circuits that exist, but they are the ones you will use the most.
Energy transfer. A transfer of energy from one person or thing to another. The transferring of energy is used in many ways, including healing, blessing, and channeling. Energy transfer is a powerful tool for transformation and teaching. Because everything that exists is composed of energy, energy can be transferred between any 2 things that exist, in one direction or the other.
Kundalini. The term Kundalini is used to refer to the kind of energy used in the lunar circuit. In Hindu thought, the Kundalini takes the form of a serpent that sleeps at the base of the spine. When activated, the Kundalini serpent rises through the 7 major chakras, uniting them to form a kind of super chakra. Through this technique, very high levels of manifestation are possible.
Meridians. Meridians are the pathways that energy follows as it flows between chakras. When chakras are blocked, not only the chakras themselves, but also the meridians clog up with energy, which can cause a variety of physical difficulties. Meridians are most commonly studied in connection with healing techniques, such as acupuncture or moxilation.
Patriarchal. Patriarchy is a system of rule in which the power is all in the hands of the father, with other family members having no right to oppose his will. Similarly, in patriarchal systems, all power is held by the government, with the people having no right to question or oppose it. Patriarchy is marked by a strict social and racial hierarchy, rejection of the body, and an often ruthless enforcement of law. The chief proponents of the patriarchal system today are the book religions. Wiccan religion, on the other hand, follows a matriarchal or mother-centered principle. In matriarchal systems, the mother is the head of the family, or both parents are equal. Matriarchy is marked by racial and sexual equality, acceptance of the body, and an emphasis on the rights of the governed.
Plexi. Plexus, plural plexi, is the Latin term that the Hindu word chakra has mostly superseded. The study of the plexi goes back many hundreds of years in Europe, and a detailed system had been developed for interacting with them. When Europeans encountered the superior Hindu system for working with the body's energy centers, the plexus system was largely discarded. The last familiar vestige of the plexus system is the term solar plexus.
Social contract. Social contract is a term used to refer to the laws by which society lives. We call it a social contract because law is an agreement of society, that is, created by society. Law is a codification of the terms under which we are willing to avoid fighting with one another and to respect our neighbors. The book religions have claimed that law is a matter of divine revelation, and that has been used to destroy other societies. Even today, some of them want to impose Bronze Age values on a Space Age society, claiming that divinely revealed law cannot change. But Wiccan religion recognizes that law is a creation of humankind, one which grows and changes as our understanding expands. We call it a contract because, to be just, law must be a two-way street between government and people, an equal agreement. A just law must be agreeable to both government and society, and neither church nor state should impose laws without the consent of the people.
Spirit guides. Spirit guides are spirits who work with us as guides and advisors. Every person has a number of spirit guides to whom they are connected. The guides work to help the person, even though the person may not be aware of their influence. For some people, the guides appear as humans. Others, they appear as animal spirits. Most often, the guides are spirits you have known in this or other lifetimes. It is beneficial to talk to the guides frequently and to work to build up the relationship with them. One can also learn to receive messages from one's guides. In Judeo-Christian religion, spirit guides are called guardian angels.
Transmuting. To transmute something is to change it from one state to another. In energy working, this term usually means to raise the vibration of energy, restoring it to a pure form from which it may go on to new uses. Energy removed from blockages associated with disease or negativity is commonly transmuted as vibration is raised so that it may release the negative pattern. This is often done by visualizing the energy turning into a clear purple light. However, energy that has been removed from a negative pattern will usually transmute on its own fairly quickly, so this practice is performed as a safeguard rather than as a necessity.
Wheel of Fortune, fate or karma, is often portrayed as a wheel. The Rota Fortuna, or Wheel of Fortune, represents the eternal cycles of existence, which bring back to us the results of our efforts for better or for worse. In the Vangelo degli Streghi, the Wheel of Fortune is portrayed as the goddess spinning wheel, from which she spins the threads of fate as the god turns the wheel. This is an allegorical way of saying that fate originates with spirit and is brought about through the cycles of material existence.